Look at that, or rather not. Ugh. One Multipla F1 hybrid coming up right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to FromRom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to It's a Mod world where we test different mods for different sims to see if they add to our enjoyment. One of the worst car designs ever made has to be the FIAT Multipla. Well, that and the BMW i3, but BMW didn't want to sell those anyway. Now imagine that design abomination pimped out as a race car being able to reach 500 km/h. This was the idea of two French YouTubers who even got more than €500,000 to do so. Mod maker or makers Tonio Racing found the idea interesting and decided to make an Assetto Corsa mod. And this is what you have here. Let's see if it reaches the same level as other similar mods we've tested. And remember that if you want to be informed about new videos, click subscribe and also click on the bell and become part of the ever-growing RomRom family. It all looks very basic, very haphazard, low quality inside and outside, no wish for anything special. From the outside and beyond the low resolution, it pretty much looks like it's meant to be. A Multipla with a wing. As haphazard as the look is, so is the feeling. The wheel jerks in strange motions, at times it jerks so strongly I lost control of the car on a straight. There is no rhyme or reason to what the wheel is doing half of the time. It feels like in a bumpy, stony road, which the Nürburgring is not. The only good thing here are the brakes. Once you know how to apply them, they are quite acceptable and will have you taking the corners with no issue. Unless the wheel thinks otherwise, of course. As you may imagine, the force feedback is as all over the place as the wheel is, and nothing that the wheel was telling me had anything whatsoever to do with the relationship of the tires and the track. Speaking about the tires, the medium that are standard were in the red after around 10 laps, the front ones mind you, the rear ones were most of the time in the green. And while for example the Ford I tested a couple of weeks ago had a similar issue, at least in the Ford I understood where this came from as I drove it quite aggressively. A couple of laps after the front tires went in the red, the rear tires went into yellow. The motor stuttered around, not really sure what it wanted to do, as jerky in its behavior as the wheel was. Method to the madness or so. Oh, and a slight bing against a rail resulted in a partly broken steering while no damage was shown by the sim. Forget it, the AI was slow and retired quite soon. I raced alone most of the time, no use whatsoever. May the sound be a redeeming factor? Listen for yourself. Yeah, I don't think so. While there is a sound when I change gears, this is about the only nice thing I have to comment on the sound of this mod. I get it that this mod was only meant as a haha only joking idea, but the errors are very strange and I suppose it's the first mod the mod maker or makers have done. At least it feels and drives very much like that. While I suppose I would make an even worse mod, there is a reason I don't publish a mod. I would have accepted a mediocre mod. It doesn't have to be as great as the Mercedes A-Class with F1 DNA Frankenstein into it, as bonkers as the Bentley with F1 motor I drove in our very first video, or as what the heck am I driving as the banana. In fact, other than the idea, which wasn't even the mod makers, I find no redeeming factors in this mod and sadly cannot recommend it to anyone. In spite of the clever idea, it's not well done in any kind of way. On the other hand, you can find well done and even excellent videos and mods anywhere else on our channel, so check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.
Visit RomRom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.